Hello everybody, welcome back to another one of our videos. I'm Josh with Badass Buggy Builders. This is my son Tate with Badass Buggy Builders. Today we are proud to bring you a heater kit supplied by Inner Demon. They sent us this. They wanted us to install this on our Polaris General 2021 model. There again, this is from Inner Demon. The Heater Craft version.
Heater Craft, yep.
Yep, Heater Craft version. We've already kind of done some looking at it through the book. I can already tell already that it's very well mapped out, your instruction pamphlet here. Super great pictures, all color.
That's surprising they give it to you in color.
Yeah, nice big pictures, nice detail on everything. So hopefully it will go very smoothly. If you don't mind, before we get too far into this, go ahead and click down below, hit that subscribe button if you ain't already subscribed. Hit the thumbs up button if you don't mind, that helps us too. And hit the bell so you get the notifications when we come out with new videos. Let's see, so let's go ahead and move on into the unboxing here. Like I said, they sent us some decals, Inner Demon. Here's your instruction manual. Heater Craft Polaris General 2020 Plus model. So we'll kind of walk you through all this stuff as we start using it. So basically this box gets mounted in the dash, and then all these hoses go to your vents, and then what you end up with are these little vents here. These little vents here.
You get four of them.
Four of them that go.
Two in the dash and two for your feet.
There you go. And then they're adjustable where you can open and
turn them
direct the way they blow. This thing is basically
just a big radiator.
If you look in there, you'll see the coils. It's a small version of a radiator is all it is.
With a blower fan.
Yeah, with a blower fan on it. So we intercept the radiator hose in there, comes in, goes out, and that way it brings antifreeze, hot coolant through this, and it blows it out. Basically, is how it works. So anyway, with all that out of the way, okay. So it was just brought to my attention from our cameraman that Inner Demon sent us some light bar brackets with their logo. That's their logo, isn't it? Stamped into it. So these are like your light bars for like where your light bar's at up here. Can you see this up here? Like this light bar up here, where these would go on. They mount on there, and then hook to your light bar there. So those are pretty cool. That must have been a little freebie. We appreciate that. We'll use those in the near future. Okay, well, we'll get started on this. So you start with your hood removal. So here's all the tools that you'll need. We got them all laid out right here. They provide a parts list, nice little parts list here for you. Got all the different tools you'll need. That'll be in the instructions with you there. And for right now, we are getting it put up on jack stands. Then we'll remove the tires and wheels. It says it's optional. We're gonna go ahead and do that just so we got more room to work, and we'll keep moving forward.
First thing you have to do is take off your windshield, and so you have access to your dash. So that's what I'm doing right now. And my windshield's pretty easy to come off. You just take these straps out and it comes right off. After that, there are some push pins. There's one right here, all the way down through here. You have to take all of them out. And it didn't say this in the tool list, but you will need a push pin remover. Sorry, I had to run to the store to go get one. So your push pin removal tool will look just like this right here. And all you do is just go down, get into, just pull it right out. Just like that. So I'm going to remove my dash. I have this tablet mounting here that I also have to remove. And there's some extra things I gotta do with that, but that's not really a part of taking this dash off if you have just a normal machine. If you put that in, then you know how to remove it. For the next step after you take your dash off, there is a little dimple from a for like a factory air vent. It's like right here. After you locate that little dimple, you take your, this is the 2-inch hole saw. You just, just gotta drill it out. You put this slow, okay. Just go real easy with it. There's not. Yeah, make sure there's nothing behind that. It's just a little piece of plastic. And there it is. So then, after that, they want to take one of your clips from the package that they gave you, the little the air vents, and you just pop it in a hole. I'll show you that in a moment. The thing's a little hard to get in there. But I got it in there eventually. You just gotta, it's real stiff. Hard. Oh, I think it only sticks out so far. It still sticks out a little bit. There it is. And there it is. See, they're all in there, and you should be able to spin this, because that is your airflow direction. There it is. There's one of them. Now, continue with the install. You have to do the same thing. There's a dimple, a little notch right here, and all you have to do is drill the hole out on this side. So you see it's right there, and you just take your little drill bit. This is the 2-inch hole saw. You just come in here. And you just drill it out. There you go. Then you take your other vent and you put it in that hole like I showed you on the other side. The next step is to cut out your holes inside your inside the top piece for your vents, and it is the 2-inch hole saw again. And all you have to do is line up your little vent to where you think they're supposed to go, because there's no template or anything like that. I gotta kind of. Yeah. I don't know, that's a pretty dang good hole for doing in plastic and stuff. There are 2 holes that you have to drill. One right here. That was a mistake hole right here. But this one with the little screw in it right now, you have to drill that one, and then you're right. The little box thing sits right up in here. We just took our box in here and we set it up in here where it's supposed to go, and then we just marked it and drilled our holes. And then these we just sort of eyeballed like I said. Now we're going to try to mount our box right here. So there it is, all in. There's the bottom one that came through there, it's all lined up right. And there's the top one. That top one was hard, so we put it in one way and put a nut on the other side of it to get it to go through right. I had to cut these hoses here, so it gives you one big piece, and you have to cut your driver and passenger side. Now they do give measurements, but it's also depending on what your machine actually looks like or whatever. So ours, I measured it out and it looks like this. So this is how we did it. How we did this was I had somebody in there look at the heater core that's in there and how much size it is, and it wraps around here, and a T-joint right around on here, the T-joint, hook up to that hose. You cut that hose right there, you get a little bit of drippage, but then you put the T on there and you hook the T to this. And you hook this to that. This one goes to the other hole, or which it doesn't really matter which way, but you send it all the way across, and you go over there, and you line it up with the other one that's on the other side. And that's how you get the length of these. Next, what we're gonna do is where these grommets go right here, and you just take the grommet, just right over the hose. You can put some soapy water on it if you want to get it to go in its holes better. Then you just feed it on in there. It's gonna be a little stiff. Well, or you can put the grommet in there first. And these are the, what is it, 1 3/5, 3/8, something like that, holes. Yeah, 1 3/8 holes. The editor will put something in there if I accidentally mistake that. There we go. You guys see these are here going back to the side. And then you take your little things right here. After you put the hose through the hole, these go on there, your hose clamps, and then you put this to the actual heater core part, and that goes on there, and you tighten them down. And then this goes over here. And now we're going to show you hooking this up and then cutting that and all that good stuff. We have put the grommets in here with the hoses, and they are connected to the heater core right now. We'll show you that in a second. But to get these in here really easy, you can use soapy water or Windex. On the instructions it says Windex, but all we have is soapy water. And you just spray these down and it'll go in. That's what this is. And it makes it real easy to put these in and out. Next, we're going to connect this, but first we're going to show you the inside in here. So now we have these hoses in here, and I have routed it, this top one above here. On the photo, they have it coming around this shock, but I didn't really want to do that because this shock right here would rub. I don't know how they did it without it rubbing right here. So I just came down through here and I hooked it right down here at the bottom, and it still should supply the exact. There's no difference between hooking it here and hooking it up here. And let's go show you the other side. That's what it looks like hooked up. Let's show you the other side. Let's do the other. This is the passenger side one right here, all hooked up. The hose comes right down through here and just hooks right there. Make sure there's like nothing. There should not be anything in the way whenever you hook it into right here. We have cut two 30-inch long tubes, two 14-inch long tubes, and this one right here is extra. Not really extra, but it's for our passenger and driver side floor vents. So, and we don't know exactly how long they need to be yet on the machine and what people have in it and that kind of stuff. So we're going to cut it depending on our machine. The instructions give you a good estimate of what it should be, but ours is just a little different. So we're going to just
measure it and cut.
Yeah, measure and cut. All of our hoses up, and those down there at the bottom are really, really hard to get to. You can only use one hand. Now, after
if you have less wires, it's probably easier.
Yeah, less wires. We had a lot of wires in ours. And to make it easier, if you just pull these things out, stretch them out already, and then they'll slide over it. You twist it to get on there. I'll show you guys whenever I get to the top part. We're not doing that yet because we got to do the wiring for it. We think it'll be easier to do the wiring without these top vents in, because then there wouldn't be anything restricting us. So now we're going to do the wiring, and yep, that seems to be it.
Yeah, we got her.
So you guys do the wiring. As you can see, we have our switch installed right here. Turn it on. It's on high. It's higher. It's a pretty good draft. We still don't have our top vents hooked up yet, but we will here in a second. There is our thing, our connector piece. There's our other one, and then it connects right into our bus bar right there. There you go. There's all the electrical done. That was real easy. This is how you put this little tube.
It's not a thing. It's
not a thing. It's a tube onto the vent. This is the top vent part. So what I like to do, I like to stretch them out, real stretched out, like. And you just sit them on there. Because you got to do this down below your other one too. So you just, for me, I just like to
Just gotta work them down on there. He's got to work back and forth to get him over those ridges on all sides. See, there we go. It's on there. Down below is a lot harder to get to, and you can only do it with one hand. Now, after you get done with that, you take your zip tie, just right on this, just like that. There you go. Vents in. There it is. Now we're gonna do that for this vent, and we already did the dash back on here and put the windshield back on, and everything will be, and tires back on it. We already put the fender back on it. But after that, then that should be
Install completed.
The install complete. And make sure to refill your antifreeze. Like we're gonna do that right now. But if you guys, you could put new in there, or we saved ours. So we saved all of ours. We called it. We put it in this jug, and it will need more than likely, than what you saved. Probably just a little bit, because it has to fill up that radiator now and all the other extra hoses. So it's just room temperature air right now. The engine's at 142, and it's barely warm. And we're gonna see what temperature it takes for this thing to get fully warmed up before it starts putting out heat. So it got about to 178-ish, and it started putting out a lot of heat. Now it's still putting out heat, and it's real warm now. It took a little bit of time to let everything go through and stuff like that, but so now it's real warm. It's working real good.
All right, so this pretty much concludes the install portion of the Heatercraft heater kit from Inner Demon. We, if you notice, we are in different clothes today, but we finished it up yesterday, drove it, got it good and hot, and then let everything cool down and checked the antifreeze level in it today, the day after, so everything was cooled down on it. Took about a quart to quart and a half, maybe 2 quarts at most, about all it takes to fill it back up after you install the heater core and the hoses. And well, Tate did most of the install.
I did all of the install.
On all of the yeah, and Chase, the cameraman,
cameraman helped me.
He did anything that could be done off camera. And then but what would you say on a scale of 1 to 10, the install difficulty level would be? 1 being the simplest thing in the world, 10 being the hardest thing in the world. What would the install level be?
You have to remember the subsections. Electrical was easy. So
the electrical was like a 1 to a 2?
Yeah, the electrical part was real easy. It was super. It was like one. It was a 1, because all it is plug and play. They give you everything you need, and you just plug it in. But everything else, if you don't have the exact machine that's in the instructions, it makes it really difficult, because you have to move your stuff different ways than what the instructions say for you to. You kind of just have to improvise, which is kind of like all other side-by-side stuff anyway. Because
story is side-by-side.
Yeah, because you have something on there that they don't have on their machine, so it's not in the photo, so you just have to improvise what you have. And
but all in all, you had everything that you needed to make it work.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I don't know. There was supposed to be templates, but I don't know if they were supposed to be on the piece of paper or what. But all you have to do is just do what I did and just put the thing in there. There's no way you can really fail on that. It's snug. There's nothing else you can do. It fits in there exactly how it's supposed to fit, and that's where you put your holes.
The short version of this, what would be on a scale of 1 to 10 on the install level?
About a 6 or 7.
6 or 7.
It was pretty
that
difficult.
hard.
Oh yeah, those bolts in there. Even the template doesn't matter if you can't get the bolts through the holes.
So it's tough to access.
Yes, it's just tough to get to.
Yeah.
The vents were really
and
hard.
Everything.
With one hand
and it says in the instructions, tight fit. They are being extremely true about that. Okay. It is extremely tight fit.
And it puts out pretty good heat, or really good heat, once your machine gets warmed up. It takes a few minutes to get it warmed up, and it also has to be moving.
It has to be
circulating to get the antifreeze to circulate through the heater core to get the heat to come out. We did figure that out. You can't just leave it sitting here idling. It won't put out any heat. You got to get it moving.
It'll put out room temperature heat.
Once it gets moving, or you just rev the motor up a little bit, it circulates real quick, and you got heat. It's like that.
So if you had enclosures on it, you'd be warm all the time.
It'd run you out.
Yeah.
Anyway, the vents are adjustable, so you put them on your windshield for defrost. You put them back in your face for more heat in your face, and also you got the vents down below for your feet and everything else. Would like to give a quick shout out to Inner Demon and tell them thanks for their support here. So we would give them a positive review. If we had to do it again, we'd do it again on another one. Maybe one day we'll get to do it on the big donkey over there on the Razor, and we'll see how that one works out. But anyway,
it is I'd say it's a really good heater because all the other ones out there mount over here on your passenger side underneath the dash, and it's in the way of your knees and stuff like that. This one is out of the way. You barely see it whenever it's inside the actual thing. It's a very good place for it. It's out of the way. You'll never notice it unless you actually look up underneath the dash and actually see it.
Yep. So anyway, after all that's said and done, Chase will put a link in the description down below for access to their website and also the link to this exact product. So I think, Chase, do you remember off the top of your head how much the thing cost?
$400.
It's $3.99.
$3.99, and tax included and all that. Not tax
Not
included.
included.
Not
Shipping
included.
also not included.
Shipping not included and tax not included. So anyway, so there you go. Appreciate y'all watching. If you don't mind, I've probably already said it before. I've said it 1,000 times. Like the video, send us some comments if you want to. Subscribe, hit the bell notification button, all that good stuff. And other than that, happy trails.